Rightio, g'day everybody, welcome back to another live watch on the channel. It's been a little while since we've done a neutral game. We had obviously the Swannies last week just with that sole stream, but it's good to be back with the neutral, and it's arguably one of the best rivalries in modern, well, in fact of all footy really, Carlton versus Collingwood. Probably matchup wise, one of the games of the round. It's finally good to scrap these buys, almost half the season we've had of footy being buys, unbelievable, but it's good to finally have 9 games again. I think a lot of the onus tonight's on the Blues. Can they make this a game? Can they get a bit of an emotional response and recharge? Because they barely kicked a goal up until half-time last week against Port Adelaide. So how do they respond this week? You know, in the last few seasons, they've been able to take some scalps here and there against Collingwood, but ultimately the Pies just have their measure. So how will they fare tonight? Collingwood obviously in the box seat. 10 points clear, I think it is on top of the table. Let me just have a quick look again. They're flying at the minute, Collingwood. 10 points clear. And a position to go even further tonight for now if they do win. Plenty of changes for the Blues, though. A lot of players injured and out. So 𝐼𝐶 Boyd is out. And then I think also the young Chincotta and Wilson are dropped. Farrell comes back in, the key defender. 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝 makes a return. Matthew Carroll as well, Frankie Evans, Pitnet. So they will be running the 2 rucks alongside 𝐓𝐡𝐞 to try and take down Darcy Cameron. And Ashton Moir, it's been a while since he's played a senior game. He comes in. Collingwood, Braden Marnard, massive in. Ronan Steele, mid-season pickup he was, debuting tonight. Will Parker, the youngster in defence. And Tom Mitchell, we've sort of forgotten about this guy. He was a key player to Collingwood's 2023 premiership team. So ball Lee offer, because I feel like Ned Long's been a really, really good replacement for Mitchell when he's been out with his long-term injuries, but he's back in. So let's hope it's a good contest tonight, because it feels like with some of our streams, they've been quite shite games. But to be fair, the last couple of neutral games, I think the last ones we did Hawthorn versus Adelaide, and then we did also Adelaide versus Brisbane. Those are all games pretty much under a kick. So I guess can we make it 3 in a row in a way? But no, hopefully everybody's going well. Good to see you in the stream. Smelly and 𝐸 Gamer. Don't like the Blues, but hate the Pies. That's fair enough, mate. I just want a good game. Obviously, it's hard to go against Collingwood, so I've tipped them here by around a couple of goals. But there just has to be some sort of response for this Carlton team when I think about it. I mean, how awful were they last week? They just didn't want to defend. They could barely move the ball at all, really efficiently. So, yeah, they're just a team all over the shop at the minute. And there's been plenty of pressure on Michael Voss as well. I think it's a mixture of both. There's been games of Voss certainly has been out of his depth, but at the same time, when Carlton don't have their star players playing well, they really struggle. So that's also the issue for them. When Cripps and Walsh is out too, and Mackay's out as well, and Kerner hasn't been hitting the straps. When those top quality players aren't playing well, they're sort of next tier below, seem to fail, and they've always got a fairly weak bottom 6 or so. Need a response tonight. It's going to be a tough test against these Pies outfit. They were challenged for a half against the Eagles, let's remember. They brought the intensity really nicely, West Coast, and Collingwood sort of had a lot of unforced errors. So, yeah, it should be an interesting battle tonight. Does anybody start on Dacus? I mean, I did see on Twitter George 𝐸𝐿 will be starting on him in like some stoppages, so there's that. But ultimately, though, no matter if you tag him or not, he's going to make an influence in some sort of way, Nick Dacus. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Carlton and Collingwood. Surely, I mean, this game could definitely get ugly. Like, who really knows, to be honest. Should be a good game, though, considering it's a showdown. Well, yeah, one of the biggest rivalries in footy, no doubt. Yep, we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Pies and the Blues, ready for Friday night football. And then, of course, we've got later on tonight the Giants and the Eagles. That's another game to you'd expect the Giants to get up for. But anyway, we're underway at the G. First clearance going Scotty Pendlebury's way. Jesus has been in good form this season. He's had games in the past where he's looked cooked a little bit. But I tell you what, he's been in some ripping nick. Probably one of the best on ground in the win over West Coast last week. And this ball goes over. First defensive act for Braden Maynard. And ball goes in. So Pitnet starting in the centre bounce. So we'll be the main ruckman to battle Darcy Cameron, with also 𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐞 to do a bit of the chop-out work. They were able to somewhat take Tristan Xerri out of the game before like statistics-wise, when Pitnet and 𝐴𝐸 were going up against each other. So 𝐴𝐸 starting forward, gets a hand pass nicely to 𝐴𝐸𝐿, and now to 𝐷ocherty. And it's a nice measure kick here to Zach Williams. It's about this final kick for the Blues this year, and that's better. It's always been that inside 50 kick that's really let down the Blues, and Curnow marks in front. Against Jeremy Howe, this should be an interesting matchup. Howe's been sensational this season. Curnow really needs a response tonight. And so this Blues team, and it's a chance for the Carlton Footy Club to kick their first. Nice little set of hands there. And 𝐷ocherty could kick Williams right onto the lead. So Curnow's set shots have been shaky this season. Needs to goal here. Can he go? Oh boy. Oh no, could swing back. No, it's missed. Minus goal. I've gone well, Big Bud. I think the Battle of the Bridge. Oh, for sure, mate. It's one of football's greatest, I think that's safe to say. But it's a pretty one-sided one, mate. We always smack them. The only time the Giants beat us is if they win a close one. Have a go well, Jack. Come on, Pies. Collingwood can win with 6 handicaps, says Parrow. I'll tell you what, mate. They're flying in the minute. I mean, if they win tonight, they go, for now, 14 points clear. My check short now to Ned Long. Been a really good improver this year for this Pies outfit. And as we were saying earlier, with Mitchell's absence, he's been able to sort of fill in that void as that really good inside mid. Big body too. Kick now down the line. Pitnet slaps it in the air. Williams been playing on the ball the last few weeks. 𝐓𝐿 attacks it. Unable to get the possession. Cameron, that's nicely done out to Sullivan. Here's the first game of Ronan Steelhouse. The kick, it's beautiful. Oh, Elliott should have marked that pill. Cowan now back the other way. And Maynard, that's a good bump there. Ball spills out now. 𝐓𝐿 will just absorb a tackle. Impossible. Well, that's a lovely first touch from the debutant Rowan Steele. Really should be marking that, Elliott. Bounces off his chesty. He sort of was caught up in two minds. He tried to go for the chesty, but then he sort of had like his arms like that for an overhead mark. So he really should have taken that one. Anyway, 𝐷ocherty tackled here by a number of Pies players. Ball up again. Cameron hits it down only as far as Cripps. He gets a little scrimmaging kick forward. Now this one will probably be a deliberate error of the week, and it is. If that just bounced the other way, well, it would have stayed in play. But sometimes, oh geez, these deliberate calls can be questionable sometimes. Maynard now. We'll get an inside 50 once again here for the Pies. Ball comes from Cowan. Well, Rowe from Membry puts it in a dangerous spot. Fumble. That could be costly for McGovern. Not long. Extracts it out nicely. Here's a chance for Nick Daicos. Great smother from Akers. Ball still alive here. Cameron at ground level. Gets the scooping hand pass to Daicos. That's clearly gone out. And ball in. You'd think it'd be a good atmosphere over there at the G tonight. Will be plenty of restless blue supporters too. Giants and Eagles. Yeah, no, that's not for a little while. I think another hour or so. Expect GWS to find a way. But, you know, the Eagles have been interesting the last 6 weeks. They've been improving. And 𝐷ocherty tackled here by Pendlebury. Ball up. So, George Hewitt on Nick Daicos. Not a tagging role, but just lining up on him in these stoppages by the looks of it. And now that should work. Oscar Elliott couldn't take it. It was Lipinski's kick that went to his advantage, unable to take it. And long tackled, umpire's ball. So Collingwood here with the early territory. Lovely galley here from Pendlebury Sharks. The hit out, Oscar Elliott can't get a clean kick. And the Blues tackle again. Another ball up. And yeah, that's one of the best names of the draft last year, Adam. 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐸𝐿, isn't it? 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐸𝐿 champion. Yeah, forward for the Eagles. Wonder how he'll go. He'll be the sub tonight, though. Lipinski, bit of a shot. Oh, my God. Surely that is touch from Wiedering. No way let's bounce through two Carlton players. I swear to God. Pure incompetence of the goal line if this is a goal. Yeah, no, it's definitely deviated. Jeez, that was a bit of a low if there. I think it was just touch from Harry O'Farrell's left bicep there. I mean, it's clearly been deviated. Look. There we go. Took them about a minute too long, but there we go. Got there in the end. So 1 point apiece for both teams here early on. So McGovern to bring it back into play. Can tell me how the Giants lose. Oh, I mean, they've been exposed in the midfield this season, so could the Eagles really bring something on the inside? It's hard to see, though. Giants just too much quality, especially with how they move the pill. And that's a lovely kick. 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐿 marks on the edge of 50. So Collingwood, always great going back the other way. One of the best turnover teams this season. And a chance to get the first through. 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐿 will be lining up for a set shot here. Eagles played well against the Pies last week. If they keep on motion against 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐿, might make it. Yeah, no, very, very true, mate. Giants are definitely gettable. 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐿's kick. Swings back the right way. Pies for the first. One of the sole players out there tonight with the long sleeves. Don't really see that much at the minute. But he goals there. So Collingwood right back the other way. It was a beautiful kick too. Instead of going for a deep entry, a bit of a lateral ball. And 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐿 on the chest. But yeah, big win there from Maynard early on. Just slams it back the other way. And yeah, how about that? Like a beautiful half volley from 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿 too. Those ones are, it's the simple stuff. It's the fundamentals. You watched North Melbourne last night. Stuff up 2 simple hand passes that costs them a goal. And these are just what the good teams do. Lovely half volley. Lovely kick. So Collingwood the first goal of the game through 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐿. And yeah, Hogan is out as well. So will the package or Riccardi make an impact? Cubman perhaps as well. He can have some good games. Geez, as if the umpires and bouncing that one again. It was fumble from Cripps. Now Mitchell gets his first touch inside 50. Ronan steal areas again. Soccer from Elliott. Oh, clever. Right over the goal umpire. Well, not really over the goal umpire's hat, but basically right through the middle. And Collingwood a quick start here. First 2 of the game. Apart from last week's game, the Blues against Port Adelaide, they've been fairly good starters this season, so will they make it 2 games in a row when they start off a bit slow here? But the Pies, right from the centre bounce, go bang. Yeah, man, they've got to be bouncing that again, I think. That's gone out of the centre circle. But, yeah, well, that's how it's gone. I mean, to be honest, the Blues had first possession there, or the chance to get first possession. They were first to the ball there, so they just, they fumbled, so that's sort of their own fault as well. But yeah, that was right, and still sort of getting his hands in the way and spilling it out into space for Elliott. So, yeah, first game has started well here. Hogan, the main sniper. For Gino, as the answer, maybe the Eagles has a chance. Yeah, but yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I thought Harry Edwards had a really good game. He's been in and out of the team, but probably one of his best games of the season. I thought he was excellent. Cripps now. Inside 50 here for the Blues. Oh, Darcy Moore too strong there against 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. And 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿 provides the option in the back 50. You know, should just scrap the centre bounce. Yeah, it's always been an intriguing discussion. People are sort of like started with a centre bounce, and then like after that of the first bounce of the quarter, just go back to just do throw ups. I think it's a traditional part of the game. If you can bounce it, bounce it. I mean, back in the day, they used to have it where they do centre bounces for stoppage ball ups, but they got rid of that. Anyway, Cripps now back the other way. Motlop instantly tackle there from Maynard. Geez, he started well, Braden Maynard. Really getting stuck in a few defensive acts already. Geez, Voss is an interesting sort of sitting position in the box. He's just sitting on sort of like the stairs. Yeah, sitting in the aisles, Jared Waitley said. Markov now breaks the tackle. And now clears here for the Pies. Farrell kept Membry at bay. Good hands to Evans. Now to Doherty. Hollins under the pump. Extracts it. That's a great pickup from Haynes. It was a shit hand pass to him. He goes back the other way. More too strong there against 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. Fumbles the mark. Danger here. Houston to Markov. Clearing kicks a dangerous one. Lands short for Doherty. Good half volley. Now out here to Akers and now to Cripps. A few touches the last few moments. And now a centering kick. It's clever. Should be marked. He has to do a lot better there. Fantasia. Papai's just a few panic kicks out of defence here at the minute. Blues locking it in. Who can win this one? Akers can. On his left shoe. Another centering ball. Doherty. Oh no, sorry. Fogarty, not Doherty. Fogarty. Got a spoil in, not to a teammate. Slap was clever from Crisp, and now the Pies work it with hands. And out at the 50 they go. Perryman out to the debutant again on Rowan Steele. Takes a bounce on the wing. Does he want to go inboard? No, he wants to continue it down the line. Wiedering too strong one-on-one. Pretty much a mismatch there. Jamie Elliott was against him. He's had a few shaky last couple of weeks, Wiedering, but overall he's still, numbers-wise, been one of the best one-on-one defenders in the comp. And now they change angles here, the Blues. Motlop. And across here to Akers. So he plays on now. Good flat kick finds Charlie Curnow now. This is definitely in his range. He peels off, he plays on, he goes bang from 55. But it's across the face, and that's 2 points already here for Charlie Curnow. 0 goals, 3. You know, if Curnow's on song, those are the type of goals he kicks. Does anybody know how to use Kara 7? I have a VPN, but I'm not too sure, man. I don't assume a VPN would work. If it doesn't, it doesn't, I guess. But yeah, maybe just like restart your software or something like that. Yeah, it's strange. You'd assume it'd work. Hewitt now to DeConing. Over the top, he's got to watch out Hollands. Just gets a hand pass out, but it's turned over. Back and forth this one. Mitchell extracts it out here to Cameron. Now to Pendlebury. Back here to Perryman. And that kick's no good. Haynes been very good intercepting this year for the Blues. Been one of their shining lights. And he finds on his lonesome Cooper Lord. Can he hit a short target? He wants to cut it back inboard. Fogarty should be better overhead there. Hewitt attacks it. Perryman as well. Francis Evans in there too. And this one will be balled up. 450 stoppage here for the Blues. Yeah, there's many different VPNs. I've got like a sort of one of those antivirus softwares on my computer and it has a VPN built into it. I don't really use it though because I don't really need to. Zach Williams. Oh wow. What a kick. Something out of nothing from Zach Williams. He has been playing a lot more on the ball the last few weeks and enjoys a nice goal there. Beautiful snapping shot. And the Blues have got their first. Geez, utter silence there and barely any reaction given it was, to be fair, at the Pies cheer squad end, but a lovely kick. 1 goal, 2 plays, 2 goals, 1. Great hit out from DeConing, always been a very good hit out to advantage Ruckman. And Williams opened up the angle a bit there with a shimmy. And yeah, lovely snapshot. Rolling it. Oh, got one by barely had to move. One goal, 2 goals, 1. Yeah, 435 days. That's quite some time. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, they've had players like Ned Long come through and really make an impact. So he's been an out, but not a massive out given what they've been able to replace him with. Moyer in the centre bounces. Nicely done. There's a good head out again. And now Cherry's inside 50 kick, almost marked by Curnow off hands. Nicely roved here from Hollands. And now Ollie Lord measures a kick towards the direction of Moyer. Wasn't really advantageous to him. Pendlebury clears. Bouncing ball. Doesn't really favour Hoskin Elliott. And now Cowan under the pump. No, he does well. Oh, but the kick is smothered. Could come back the other way here for Mitchell. Spin move. Back here to Darcy Moore. And not really a great hand pass there for Perryman, and Hewitt now intervenes. Ball to be won here. Chera takes on a tackle. Just extracts it out. Cowan to Lord. Kick works. Curnow. Good smother there from, I think that was Darcy Moore. But it falls back to the Blues here. Curnow chipping ball over the top. Does it find Williams up front on? It is. Blues will hit the lead. Was the AFL system not adopted in another country? Oh, it's been always Australia's own sport, really. It just hasn't really been played that much abroad, I guess, throughout its time. But there is some semi-professional sort of amateur leagues across the globe. You know, there's like international cups and etc. as well, and it has a pretty strong contingency over there in the United States as well with the sport too. So yeah, professional-wise, only really played here though. Zachy Williams, 2 touches and a chance to kick a second and put the Blues in the lead. And he does. Good response to the Blues. Turn to row. And they are up by a point. Well, this has been a good response here for Carlton. They're starting now to lock it in the forward half a wee bit. All started there with winning that centre clearance. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐿𝐿 in the centre bounces, if you don't mind. These are sort of the players for Carlton as well that's really going to improve these Williams, 𝐓𝐿𝐿 types and 𝐼𝐵𝐿𝐴 types. Let's hope he can keep his body right from here on. Zach Williams gets a second in the quarter. So 10:32 of this first term to go. Decoding another hit out to advantage Williams. Is he held? Nothing given. Well done from Mitchell. Done it legally. Now back the other way goes 𝐚𝐸𝐸. Snapping ball. Elliott brings it to ground. Good attack on the footy from Sullivan, but stripped of it. O'Farrell's got to watch out. Membry. Great crunching tackle. Geez, it's been a great find for the Pies this year, Membry. You felt he'd always be pretty effective given he did kick the most goals for the Saints last season. But yeah, he's just been doing his job each and every week, it feels like, Membry. Finding a goal here or there. And how about that for a key forward applying a good tackle? Hope you're going well, 𝐼𝐿𝐴. Welcome, mate. 20 goals, 10 this season for Membry. Still has plenty in the tank. And can the Pies regain the lead here? Kick's on its way. Looks pretty good. Lovely kick. Well, quick response there for Collingwood back in the lead. So, yeah, getting a bit of dominance from centre bounce either side. 10-5 inside 50s for the Blues early on, though, halfway through this quarter. Actually, like subscribe, haven't already, lads. It should be hopefully a close game tonight. Ball back in the middle. It is 3 goals 1, plays 2 goals 2. Cameron gets the hit out to Koenig. Was he taken without it? Yes, he is. Decoding now to 𝐴𝐿𝐴. Now Doherty with a handball receive. Inside 50 goes again. Howe with a double fister. Comes back out the other way. Curnow can't quite get the pick up. Ball goes over. So ball in here. 𝐸𝐿𝐴 can't get there quite in time. Yeah, they'll ball it in again. Ball in again. Cameron with a hit out. Crisp was able to body out 𝐸𝐿𝐴 there very nicely. Grand hand pass. And it's going to be a free here for Ned Long, holding free his way. So Ned Long now will go down the line. Good ball from O'Farrell. Mitchell now does well to extract out to Pendlebury and now to Sullivan. And here goes Perryman with a kick inside 50. Oh, 𝐸𝐿𝐴 swung forward here. Can't quite take the mark, almost did. And this one goes over. So 4:50 stoppage here coming up for the Pies. So 5 points in favour of Collingwood here. It's been a fairly sort of even start from both teams. They do have the more inside 50s here, though, the Blues. 𝐓𝐴 can't really get an effective kick away. And this one goes over again. Geez, 𝐓𝐴, I think, has gotten a poke in the eye. I think he'll be okay. Ooh, nasty. I think a suspension coming up for Nick Date. No, I'm only joking. Looked pretty rough. Ball in again. Cameron does well to grab out of the ruck. And 𝐓𝐴 marks on a short little lead. And can he go back and kick the goal here? He's been a little off his game with goal scoring this year, 𝐓𝐴. He's had a lot of gettable chances go astray. Let's see how he goes here. But, yeah, just in the right spot, really. Kick forward from Cameron and was able to fall right in his vicinity. So, can he go back and goal here? Around the Pies to toy the Blues like they did with us last week. Yeah, you could always tell Collingwood to get their act together, to be fair. I mean, it was a credit to the Eagles, but you just felt Collingwood just had too much firepower, and that was the case. 𝐓𝐴's kick now. This won't swing back. This is what we have been saying. His goal kicking's been, just a little bit hit and miss this season. Doherty now to bring it in. Haynes couldn't quite take it. I think he's okay. 𝐓𝐴's just a bit of a knee in the back. Matty Carroll now back into the team. No, sorry, that's Hollands. To 𝐤𝐴. And now to Doherty here. Gives the quick hands to 𝐷𝐿𝐻𝐿t. They bounce here through the middle of the ground. All the hands could have been better for Doherty there. But it's a good tackle. And a good win there from Williams to hold it in. So Blues gain a bit of metres here. So they are getting the early territory here, Carlton. But this is what Collingwood do well. With limited opportunity, they can just really peg you back the other way. Sad. 𝐓𝐴's still wincing in a bit of that lower back pain. Probably one of those awkward landing spots he had. 𝐤𝐴 now tries to get it out, but unable to. It's a good tackle from Cameron. Ball up again. One of these new icons, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know what these crowns are, to be fair. Are these like top commenters of the streams? I'm not sure. 𝐤𝐴 now gets the kick forward inside 50 to 𝐞𝐤. Nice half volley. Gives it out here to 𝐷𝐻𝐿𝐻𝐿t. Stabbing balls at 15. It is 𝐻𝐴 𝐒𝐿𝐻. Chance to tie the game here. Starting now to get on top of these midfield battles a bit. But yeah, 𝐷𝐻𝐿𝐻's had an excellent start. A few hit-outs to advantage his way, no doubt. And he's definitely showing a bit of presence up forward. Love a little pick-up. Hand pass to 𝐷𝐻𝐿𝐻t. A hacky ball, but 𝐸𝐿𝐻 in the right spot. So can he go here? 11 goals, 13. He's always been hit and miss with the set shots. Can he go here? He sure can. All square, we've got a game on here. Oh, geez, and he's doing what was that, a video game celebration? Oh, it's all happening at the MCG. Christ almighty. The oldies won't like that. On cue, Jason Dunstall's like, I don't know what that crap is. Fuck it, hell. Well, here we go. This is what the Blues are usually good in their strengths from the stoppages. 𝐷𝐻𝐿𝐻t extracts it out. 𝐷𝐻𝐿𝐻t good gather out to 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐻t and works it to 𝐸𝐿𝐻. Ball in the middle again. Pitnett now doing a bit of head-out work. Long will just absorb the Pitnett tackle. Impossible. Oh, basketball. Josh Giddey's in the house as well. How about that? Impossible. 5:42 to play here. Cameron hits it down. 𝐓𝐴 a lovely rove out to his brother Josh. And now gets a high inside 50 up. 𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐻t can fly. Out the back here for 𝐚cStay. And should dribble it home. Oh, it's always dangerous when you let the Pies goal side. It was well done from 𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐻t there. He was able to get predominantly his mitts on it. And 𝐚cStay just plucks it out the back. Off the spillage. And instant response here for Collingwood. Carlton slowing out Collingwood quarter 3. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, Paramate. They've been very predictable this year, the Blues, with how they're fading out of games. Well, it all starts with that brilliance from stoppage. Nick Daicos, lovely robe over the top to his brother. High entry. And yeah, Elliott was, mostly got his hands on that, and 𝐓𝐡𝐞 just roves at goal side out the back. Ball in the middle again. 𝐷𝐞 out here to 𝐎𝐥𝐝. Flicks it over the top here for 𝐷𝐿. Having a fine season. Oh, we wouldn't want to do that again. Slips over. But they work their hands nicely here, the Blues. Carroll out to the wings. It's a nice composed kick. Finds 𝐵𝐵𝐴sia. 𝐷𝐞𝐿's had a great start. Marks in board. He's got a few options lining up in the corridor, but he wants to hit a low flat kick instead towards the direction of Williams. Unable to take it more in front. Cameron, that's well done at ground level. 𝐴𝐵𝐴, bit of a fumble. Trips over. Hand pass only as far as Cripps. Breaks a tackle. Goes back the other way. Centering kick. Holland's almost on the chest. Ball still alive here for the Blues. Snapping shot from Williams. Another centering kick to Cunning with a 1-paw. Unable to take it. Hound out ground level. Mops up. Out here to Sullivan. Has a bit of time. And measures a nice kick out here to 𝐵𝐵𝐴. And could they be out here, the Pies? They want to go quick. When they see space and they see options, they like to go fast. And now here's the next link in the chain. It's Elliott unable to take that one. Is it a free? No, it's going to be paid to Mark. I thought McGovern just got there in time. Well, Mark here to Jamie Elliott. Blues getting numbers back here. Pitting it back in the hole. Kick's a bit ambitious, to be fair. It was like a 1-4. Carroll's kick now out of the 50. Trusts a lot with Moyer there. Well sport from Maynard to keep it back into play here for Collingwood. Another entry here through Perryman. High ball. Carroll could have gone with the mark there, to be fair. Okay, it's going to be a free. I think it was holding. Free here to Oleg Markov. I think it was against Adam Cherra there. I don't really think Cherra did that much wrong, to be honest. I thought he was just engaging him. Looking like he just held him a bit too much. Well, can Oleg Markov kick this goal and get this out to a 2-goal game? Oh, it's not going to come back. Nothing going well, 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐼. Welcome. Minor score there. 7 points in favour of the Pies. McGovern to bring it into play. And now to 𝐷𝐞𝐿. So 𝐷𝐞𝐿's having a good start. Out of the 50 he goes. In the direction of 𝐻𝐿𝐼. A good grab overhead. Hands it quickly now to Haynes. Over the top here. So I think that was 𝐵𝐵𝐴sia now. Ashton Moyer on his left foot. That's a nice kick. Finds Kern on the lead. Who they got? Oh, good running and good option. Akers all alone. And he wants to find the next option to 𝐓𝐿𝐼. So slightly improves the meterage, not really by a heap. Still will take a kick from around 50 metres. But nice tough end to end there from the Blues from the kicking. Nothing going well, Ronaldo. Fangel took down the run line, settled for about 2 minutes of the game. I'm assuming that's a betting company abroad, mate. I'm not really familiar with that company. But look, if you are betting, good luck. Oh, okay, they've given a hands here to Mitch McGovern. Goes bang. He's been in some goal kicking form. It's going to land short, though. Oh, no. Maybe he's still alive. No, goes through. Minor score, back to a goal margin. So Maynard now. Oh, clear the 50. Good to see him back in the team. He's started well, Brayden Maynard. Kick down the line. Oh, geez. No, Farrell trumps a bit earlier there. Good pluck from 𝐼𝐵𝐴, though. And now, a quick kick over the top to Elliott. Oh, that could be deliberate, maybe. Oh, geez. It looked like it was a bit of a deliberate tap there from Sullivan. Wasn't to be. Minute 30 to play here. It's been a good start to this game. Carlton with more at the territory, but Pies with more of the efficiency. Lord hand passes out to Hewitt. Now to Doherty. Back the other way. Fogarty almost with a one paw. Picked off here. Josh 𝐻𝐿𝐴 to Maynard. Now to Crisp on his left shoe. Kick to a one-on-one. Wasn't a great kick for 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴. 𝐻𝐿𝐴 now will mop it up and clear back the other way. It's a good mark from Darcy Cameron. This is where Collingwood have been so good this year, just having their players to mark down the line, no matter if it's a contested mark or an intercept mark. And, well, there we go. Blues are able to do it too. Bitten it. Good intercept mark. So 40 seconds here, either side. Wouldn't want to concede. Gives the hands now to Coward and clears. Kerner, it's a good mark. Okay, 30 seconds. If they get numbers forward here, they might have a chance. He plays on now, Charlie. And goes to a 2-2. Moore against 𝐻𝐿𝐴. 𝐻𝐿𝐴 too good. A nice intercept mark. Takes a bounce now. Trying to find the corridor, but we'll just switch it out wide instead. It's Harry Perryman, the former Giant. Goes now down the line to a contest. Elliott, early fly. Couldn't quite get it. And now back the other way. The Blues can go quick. Akers' kick could have been better, but there is quarter time. 3 goals, 321. 4 goals, 327. Yeah, it's been a hot start from both teams. Zach Williams with 2 goals. Have we got a game on here, ladies and gentlemen? Or is this one just going to die out and Collingwood win well? I could really see this going either way, to be honest. It's either that or a close game in my eyes. But yeah, not minding this. 3 goals to 4 goals. So 7 goals in this first term already. Yeah, no, Carlton have definitely come to play. They're showing a bit of progress up forward with a few of those key position plays. 𝐻𝐿𝐴's had a nice start. Curno's grabbing his marks. He just can't kick the goals in the minute. 0 goals too from him in that first term. But I think overall the Blues are doing well in these in the midfield battle. I think they are upping the Pies a little bit better. Yeah, 14 to 12 inside 50 is the Blues' way. But yeah, they are ranked one of the poorest teams in the competition, to be fair, the Blues, with scores per inside 50. So we're seeing that a bit. They've had more inside 50s, but less points. Meanwhile, the Pies, they've gotten a few goals from the centre bounce. And yeah, they're just such a dangerous team when you give the ball away. They've been one of the best turnover teams this year. 41 to 29 contested possessions in favour of the Pies. But it feels like in the stoppages, the Blues are probably getting the better of them a little bit to the naked eye. Let's have a look at the stats for quarter time in favour of the players. Doherty with 10 touches. So, yeah, he's looking like he's back to sort of his accumulating form in a way. Yeah, 10 disposals already for him. Clearance leader, Pendlebury with 2. 𝐻𝐿𝐴 with 2. 8 touches for Nick, and same with Patrick Cripps, who started fairly well. Josh 𝐻𝐿𝐴 with 7. Darcy Cameron with 8. Adam Cerra with 7. Charlie Curnow with 7. 𝐻𝐿𝐴 with 7. Tackles leader is Hewitt, Maynard and Pendlebury with 3 each. Goal assists, any multiples? No, just a couple on one. But yeah, I'm liking how the Blues are playing. They are getting a bit of dare with how they're moving the pill. They're changing the angles a wee bit. And yeah, no, they're good. They're definitely getting their fair share of the territory. Just got to make it count. Yes, 5 touches for 𝐻𝐿𝐴. 3 hit-outs, and all those 3 hit-outs have been to advantage as well. I don't know if anybody follows the soccer, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, very, very sad death that happened with Diogo Jota and his brother. Yeah, you just can't quite fathom stuff like that. Saw it on my phone, and I had to scroll back up and say, did that actually happen? Bloody hell. So, yeah, very, very, very sad death. 𝐼𝐗𝐤 𝐎𝐥𝐝, and of course his brother as well. I know there's obviously quite a pretty strong Liverpool fan base over in Australia, so there's a few people I know that are pretty devastated. But yeah, as for the Pies, yeah, Maynard started really well. Yeah, he's applying some good tackles. 3 tackles already for Maynard, and yeah, he's won a few. He's done some nice defensive acts already. Josh Dacos, pretty neat by foot already with the 7 touches. Darcy Moore for intercept marks. Mitchell with 5 touches. But yeah, it just seems like whenever Carlton get a bit of a scalp, Collingwood can just respond, snap of the fingers back the other way. Yeah, no, exactly right, no, Ali, mate. Very sad death. Yeah, something just couldn't believe it when I saw it on my phone. Couldn't quite believe it. And yeah, Rowan still had a really nice first few minutes too. He had that good touch that led to the 𝐼𝐗𝐤 goal, and obviously his first disposal really should have been an effective kick mark inside 50, but it was bounced off the chest of 𝐼𝐗𝐤. Yeah, Kerner's stat line's pretty impressive. He's kicked 0 goals too, but he's got 7 disposals, 6 marks and 4 score involvements, so he's been key to them early on. 3 inside 50s. So it was on 216 metres gain. Pretty good for a key forward who is pushing up the ground. Make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already, lads. Got hopefully a good game here. It is the Pies by 6 points, heading in the second term. Yeah, very sad, Critty Gamer. Yeah, it's interesting watching like the replays of Collingwood in these stoppages and centre bounces, because they pretty much block opposition plays to allow Dacos to get it freely, and that's what Ned Long did earlier in that quarter. They just showed it on the replay now. So I guess one to always watch out on when there's a ball up. Let's see what the Pies mids do. Do they block opposition players to allow Dacos to get a free run at it? Well, better get underway for this second term. It's the Pies by a straight kick. Underway for the second term. Pendlebury, just like the start of the game, another centre bounce, walks it out. Membry, great mark overhead there against young 𝐼𝐗𝐤. Oh, can they go bang here early on, the Pies? But yeah, no one able to get the hit out there, but Pendlebury just roves it very nicely. And mark from Membry, 1-on-1. So Tim Membry, can he get his second of the game here? And an early one for the Pies. Lovely kick. He's been a fine pick up, Tim Membry. Can only get the first of the second. Hope they're going well, Camp Train. Welcome, mate. Just had the best tandoori pizza I think I've ever had in my life. Good to hear, my friend. Fish and chips for me tonight. Not bad. Not bad at all. Andre Silva, Frankfurt. To be honest, who's this fella you're talking about? Ah, Michael Madsen, the actor. Okay. Yeah, geez, he only died the other day ago. Yeah, no, it's a few deaths really now starting to rack up in terms of like famous people. Yeah, very sad to see. On to the memory goals. So back in the middle. Pitting out a nice hit out to Cripps, to Williams. Nice little change of angles there. Fakes Nick Dacos and goes inside 50. Bit of a wobbly kick. Moyes slap into the space of Williams. Evans was clever, but how about that for Maynard? Crunching tackle once again. He's fourth. Ball up here. Blues in their forward 50. Cameron gets the hit out. Goes in again. It's well done from Williams. Did well to get it out. Cripps to Hewitt. Out wide here for Acres. A high ball. He's going for the goals here, but his kicking's been a bit of a letdown this season. That one goes across the face. Minor score. So now Howe to Josh Dacos. Goes short here to Jack Crisp. And short kick over the top does find Sullivan. Sullivan I want to go long down the line here. Sullivan's kick will really hug the boundary. That's gone out the full. I've got 𝐓𝐴, my friend. Hogan kicked 9 on this last time up. Just looking at a picture of the bridges up to race course on it. The ground's dried up a bit. Yeah, no, definitely a chance to stir maybe something, but yeah, I still think it's hard to go against the Giants, but we'll see. They've been gettable. Cripps, he started well. Nice hand pass to Moyer. He's mowed down, though, from Howe. And the ball will be held up here. He's started okay, young Ashton Moore. His fourth game. Darcy Cameron the head out. Cripps unable to reel it in. Houston, nice hands to penalty. Back here to Houston. And his kick out wide does find Dan McStay. So McStay now will go towards centre half forward. No one able to take the mark. Who's there at ground level? Good attack on the footy there from Acres. Now to Chera. To Motlop. They can go through the spine here. The Blues. Cameron, though, reads it superbly. Good intercept mark. It was not a great kick, to be fair, from Motlop, though. Just sits on the head of his teammate. And now the Pies can go back the other way. Lipinski out here to Markov. Kick. Could have been marked, to be honest, from 𝐼𝐴. Able to recover. Has a bit of time here. Centering kick. Couldn't quite find Pendlebury on the full. Hewitt just gets it out. Pitnet out here to Evans. Can he get the kick over the top? He just can to Acres, and now they can use the hands to 𝐴𝐞. Back here to Acres. To a one-on-one. Williams able to beat out. So I think that was Perryman there. Has he got the toe to keep on going? He wants to quickly go in board. He just can't quite hit the target of 𝐼𝐞. I think he meant Moyer, but he's unable to win that. And Josh Dacos, very well done. Out here to Crisp, and now to Sullivan. Just marked. Just marked from the youngster. Well, not really youngster, to be honest. He's 26, 27. Mature age player, Lachie Sullivan. So Sullivan now long down the line. Membry overhead. Another really good mark. Imposing himself in this contest. So 2 goals already for Membry. I think that's going to be an arm chop there for Lipinski. It is an advantage paid. Nick Dacos now will go for goal. Has he got the leg? He sure has. Nick Dacos, a sensational kick off the advantage. Pies cheer squad up and about, and his old man is too. And the game now out to 17 points. They've got the first 2 of this quarter. This is why they're so dangerous, the Pies. When the ball hits ground level in their forward half, they really just happen to beat out their opponents too well. But this was off a free kick. We'll see a bit more of a corridor kick there from Membry. But again, just long to a contest. Pitting out with the arm chop, but they quickly go off the turnover. Good running from 𝐼𝐿𝐴. And we'll gladly take that. Kick from outside, 50 goals. Six goals, 339. 3 goals, 422. Peter Darkhouse up and about. Ball back in the middle. The Blues need a response here. Collingwood start this quarter well, and 𝐼𝐿𝐴 breaks the tackle nicely. Goes to Darcy Cameron. Gets a clearing kick forward. Bit ineffective. Great ball, though. That came from the long sleeves. 𝐼𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐴. Now Long goes to the top of the square. Bit of an awkward bounce for 𝐼𝐿𝐴, but he did well to slap it back here to Carroll. Wants to keep this in play. Doesn't really know what to do. Doesn't know what to do. But I think he's saved with the goal line there. He is. Minor score. Down the spine now. Josh 𝐼𝐿𝐴. Off hands. Memory wasn't really a great injury to him, to be fair. Now, can the Blues get a bit of bounce here? 𝐼𝐿𝐴, nice kick on the wing. They've got some players running goal side here. Fogarty hits the lead of Williams. A good start for him. Wants to go one more link in the chain over the top. And that's good running there from Francis Evans. So the Pies by 18 points and a chance now for the Blues to get this back to 2. But Evans' set shots this year have been far from good, really. There's been a few shockers. Let's see how he goes. Evans' kick. Nah, no good. Across the face. Back to 17. Josh 𝐼𝐿𝐴 now to Pendlebury. Been in some good form as of late, Scott Pendlebury. And a short kick finds Crisp. Crisp now to Houston. It's a good kick from Houston. Overhead works perfectly for 𝐼𝐿𝐴. Now gives the quick hands here to Crisp. And they get a bit of their run here, the Pies. Down the spine. Not a great kick for Sullivan, but this is where they're dangerous. Collingwood at ground level, but it's mopped up nicely here for the Blues. Doherty's hand pass could have been better, though. It's a dangerous player to give it over, and especially that man, Nick 𝐼𝐿𝐴, but his kick just can't quite get it to the first game of Steele, and Matty Carroll intercepts. Moyer now on his left shoe. Good centering ball for Fogarty. They've got some options lining up in the corridor here. Does he want to bite it off? He doesn't. He instead goes for probably the better option, the lead of Evans to Hollands. Spore comes from Howe. Ball still alive here. And a big win from Jeremy Howe. Now to Steele, the first gamer. Could get a 1-2 here, but he will give it to Sullivan instead, and he won't get it back. Goes now to 𝐼𝐿𝐴. Corridor on here for Pendlebury. Does he want to find a tick lead here? Wants to go to the pocket for Jamie Elliott. Oh, that's a brilliant mark. Absolutely brilliant mark. You got Mitch McGovern, who's pretty good in the air. All that closing speed and the force to try and spoil it, but just too strong overhead there from Jamie Elliott. Beautiful grab. So Jamie Elliott up there for the Coleman this year, arguably in the conversations for the All-Australian small forward talk. Can he goal this? This is definitely in his repertoire. The kick's on its way. He's going to centre the ball. Pitnat misses the slap. And getting there first, Fantasia instantly tackled, ball up. The time and forward after second term, the Blues have had 58%. But the Pies, again, have just been the more damaging outfit with just the 2 goals to 0 this quarter. Chera, was he legged? Nothing given. Was that high for Hollands? And it is. So the Blues can now exit the 50 here. 118 pressure factor for Carlton. How about that from Collingwood? 216. Pressure is always up the Pies for the most part. Kick in the corridor from 𝐼𝐴, does find 𝐬𝐿. And now they can get a bit of run here, the Blues. But they get wide open in this sort of defensive half, the Blues, but they just can't find their way through effectively. And still just takes this one over. Ball in. I think the other game's about to start as well. No, it starts in 10 minutes, sorry. It starts in 10 minutes. Chero, nice rove, but the kick's smothered. But bounces back. Hollands now to Williams. Is that a good start? Giving them some drive. And now inside 50. Just not a great kick. He's going to Ashton Moore against Darcy Moore. You back in most of the time, Darcy Moore to beat Ashton Moore, the youngster in the air. Moore now back the other way. Good sport from Wettering. Ball in. Chesel should kick 10 plus on the Tigers. Yeah, no, he can have his big games. High against Cripps here. Free to Tommy Mitchell. So Collingwood by 17 if you've just joined us. 2 goals to zip this quarter in favour of them. Kick down the line. 𝐓𝐿𝐿 almost plucks it out of the air. Sullivan rows it. A good tackle from Carroll, but ball spills out. Membry to Josh to Nick. And the kick, superb. How about that? On a platter for 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿. Just looking a lot more effective here. The Pies inside 50 than the Blues. A lot of just ordinary entries coming Carlton's way. Whilst the Pies, they're showing it how it's done. Off a step from 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿 as well. Lovely kick into space for 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿's got the ball, my friend. 𝐓𝐴 goals. This will be his first for the night. Kicks on its way. It's a woodwork, unlucky. Watch a bit of the West Coast Giants game at half-time as well. And we'll do a footy route too. Give us something to do to pass the time, I guess. McGovern short now to Wettering. So, Blues have started to slow down a little bit. I mean, they are getting the ball kick-started in some good areas through the corridor, but they just can't really make it work at the minute. But here's a chance. Carroll, looping ball down the line. Fogarty almost reels it in. Hand passes just out to Cripps. Now back here to Cheron. Is not preferred. Kicks into a smother again. Big win from Houston. 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿 at ground level gives it to Mitchell. Over the top here. They got numbers. 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. Elliott too good overhead again. They're just too dangerous, the Pies. All start with good pressure, but that's the thing with the Blues at the minute. They're looking like they're going to kickstart a good attack, and then it's just cut short. And the Pies back the other way have been too efficient. 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 can go here. Stormtrooper fan in the crowd. Can he go here, 𝐼𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿, for a second of the game. And swings back the other way. So after a few misses from the Pies, they kick accurate there. And they're now starting to really get this margin out to quite a bit of a one. 24 points. Roughly 9 minutes till half time. Oh, geez, look away, Blues fans are showing that replay. Unbelievable, him kicking that. Oh, just unbelievable, that moment. It's when the Swannies were playing the Saints too. I flicked on this game at 3/4 time. Wow, what a finish. Tigers not won in the carry over 20 years, but I don't know how many games that is. Yeah, no, I mean, I think last year's match-up against them was the first time at GMHBA for quite some time. So, yeah, that's sort of because of how, ordinary they've been the last few seasons. Ball back in the middle. Tom Mitchell having a good start. Cripps toe pokes this one forward. Been ineffective, but oh, geez, you can't get that half volley. Backing up, so Farrell and 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴, a crunching tackle. So ball up here. Stay with a head out only as far as Hewitt. Extracts out nicely. Kick smothered again. That one from McGovern. Holland's now a clearing kick. Oh, too strong there. 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐴. Another good intercept mark. Dangerous ball, though. Well done from 𝐸𝐿𝐴. Gets in the way. Now the Blues can get a bit of run here. Good running from 𝐷ocherty. Dabs it over the top. Does it fine? 𝐵antasia, it does. Needs to go back here and convert for the Blues' sake to get this to 18 points. Yeah, good win from 𝐸𝐿𝐴, and that's just great running too from Sam 𝐷ocherty. He's definitely shown his age a bit, 𝐷ocherty, at times, but I still think he's been, you know, definitely better than the start of the season. And when he did come in. Can 𝐵antasia goal here? Kicks on its way. No, it can't. No, he can. I thought that swung late. Goal to the Blues. Back to 3 goals. Much needed. That's the first of the term. And yeah, a bit of a poor fault there from 𝐸𝐿𝐴. Nicely read there from 𝐸𝐿𝐴. Just gets there in time, and 𝐷ocherty provides the option. That's been the issue for the Blues this quarter. They've getting themselves in dangerous spots, but just about that kick inside 50 or the kick before the inside 50 kick, they've been let down a bit by 𝐷ocherty. Goal assist there. Have the go on, Mike. Welcome, mate. Don't consider myself a hater. Extremely dislike the Pies. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Yeah, Pies, I think, overall, are a genuinely disliked team. Cripps now. Out to Hewitt. Back to Cripps. Almost there from Charlie. Oh, geez, he's hurt himself. Markov now. Back the other way. High ball up. 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴 somehow grabs it. Daicos up forward against Hayes. Can't quite get there. How long was the Continue Park? Oh, it was about... Started like 2022, I think. And then it finished the start of 2024. So it was like a year and quite a bit. Roughly long, I'm pretty sure. Hewitt, oh, that's a great tackle there from Elliott. No, sorry, McStay. 6:10 till half time. Blues with a response. Still being Carlton, Collingwood, the better team this quarter. 6-0 tackles inside 50 the Pies' way as well. Who can rove this? Cripps tries and slaps it forward, but unable to do it effectively. Jeez, Josh Daicos instantly tackled there. It's a bit of a hospital hand pass there from Markov, but he gets around him. (11-2) in the tackles as well, Collingwood's way. Yeah, Blues now work some hands. It's a good win there when the ball almost looked like it was going out. That could be a holding free. Oh, it's against 𝐵antasia. Free to Jeremy Howe. Now the kick from Howe across just gets to 𝐸𝐿𝐴. Has to hold it up. And he finds on the wing, running still. So yeah, playing a bit on the wing tonight. The first game is still. Goes back to 𝐸𝐿𝐴. And now to Nick Daicos provides an option up the ground. So Nick Daicos We'll go with a bit of a shallow entry here. Okay, free to the Blues. Top Cardi's free. It's going well, Patrick. Welcome, mate. And the Blues, well, they got the last goal of the game, my friend. Hopefully they can pile on a few more, but 5 minutes to go here. A bit of a fumble there from Cherra. Able to recover. Oh, terrible kick. He had all the time in the world there. Makes a muck of it. Picked off here from Maynard to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Maynard. Maynard now inside 50. Umpires ball. I forgot well, Badger. Good to see you now, my friend. No good that you crook, mate. Hopefully they're feeling better. 4:24 to play here. Pies in their forward 50. Crisp tackled from George Hewitt. Ball up. Clearing kick from Pitnet, but it'll come back here. Josh Dacos did well with intercept-wise. To Markov and out along. Barrels one inside 50. Good composure from Cooper Lord there. Cherra now to Carroll on his favoured left. Bit of a wonky old kick. Leans short. And guess who? Darcy Cameron always down the line. Picking off plays all season long. So Darcy Cameron now. Just a short kick. Can't quite get it to Dacos. It's picked off from De Koning. Haynes now. Oh, geez. The kick. Oh, no, it works. No one really wanted to go up for that. So Frankie Evans goes over the top here to Hollands. Haynes provides an option as a handball receiver. Now quickly goes inside 50. They got some numbers here, the Blues, but Quaynor too strong again. Yeah, Kerner now back on the ground. I think he was getting a bit of attention from the trainers. Houston, a nice surgical kick there to Maynard, and they've got some options out loose. They got another one here over the top if 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐬𝐿 can get it there, but he can't. Back now to Maynard. And back to 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐬𝐿. He did well 1-on-1. He slipped over, but he was able to recover. And now kick inside 50. Membry almost again with the 1 mitt. Can't quite rule it in. 2:35 to play. So been a bit of a stalemate this quarter. 1 goal, 2 plays, 3 goals, 2 in favour of Collingwood. Yeah, no, he's a bit of a mixed opinions. You get a mixed bag with Dwayne Russell. People's thoughts on him, Badger. People hate him, people love him. I think he's okay. He makes some good calls, but he can be a bit, helter-skelter at times. So now, there's Cherra winning that free. The Blues now in the back half with Wiedering. A bit of a wonky old kick there. Fantasia, oh geez, tripping over. He thinks he's Nick Blakey from last Friday. Got to keep your feet. So, Pies by 18 points. Giants kicked an early goal, the first of the game, in that one. Cameron brings it down, crisp. Nice little evasion there. Kicks a bit wobbly, lands short in front of a Carlton player. And Cowan, good attack on it. Clears now out of the 50. Towards the wing. This should work for Williams. Can't quite take it. Ball in. It's a new feature, leaderboard for engagement for those who choose to click on the crown. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, YouTube always comes out with new features and stuff. I get fallen out of the loop at times. So, anyways, ball back in the middle. Ball in, that is. So Blues last 10 minutes haven't really been able to get much time in the forward half. Pies have been dominating in that area of territory. And now a kick here from Lipinski out wide here for Steele. What can the first gamer do? Gets onto his left. Can't quite hit the target. Picked off from Haynes. And now back at 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐿. 𝐼𝐗𝐿 now to Cowan. Kick now to the 50. It's a bit shallow and sport nicely from Perriman. Head out from Pitnet. Pendlebury, good attack on the footy. Now with that, clean hands. Toscan Elliott, Crubbers a little kick. Inside 50. Haynes, bit of a fumble. Don't think it'll be deliberate, and it isn't. Yeah, plenty of territory, as we said before. 19-7 inside 50s in favour of Collingwood. Blues last 10 minutes just can't really get out of their back half. And to be fair, Kerner has been off. And how about this from Elliott? Off a step, but the youngster O'Farrell read it nicely on the goal line. O'Farrell now clears out of the 50. Oh, Moya, that's a fair grab. And it was not preferred now, goes down the line. He's always known for his dual-footed ability, Ashton Moya. Ball comes, Darcy Moore, good again. And the quick hands come here from the Pies. Jeremy Howe in an unfamiliar territory. Swinging forward. A deep kick now to the goal square. McStay overhead. Oh, he'll gladly take that over the youngster. And this one will sting the Carlton supporters, no doubt. Kick right before half-time to get a lead. And McStay snaps it through. Well, they were due for a goal there, Collingwood. Dominated that quarter with inside 50s. Was it 20-7, I think it was. And they get the Guardian out again to 24 points at half-time. Yeah, a bit of a stalemate that second term. Collingwood kicked the first two. Blues responded. But yeah, for the majority of this quarter, it's just been Collingwood locking it in. When the Blues try and exit out of the 50, they're lining up and defending really well. Collingwood getting a lot of intercept marks. And again, you know, when they see the opportunity, they can go really quick by hands. And yeah, big mark there from McStay. Late goal, they'll take that. The Pies, they're out to 24 points at the main break. Yeah, 32-21 inside 50s, just having more of the territory here, Collingwood. Can't really get out of their back half the last 10 minutes or so, the Blues. 19-18 clearances. Stoppage clearances 13-12. Contested ball plus 13 in favour of the Pies. And yeah, there's just multiple times that quarter where Carlton looked like they were out and I could use the corridor, but just be a high ball inside 50 or a deep kick inside 50 to a small, not at all. And you know, the Pies' pressure also very good too. Forced some turnovers in some dangerous spots and made the Blues pay. So Pies in good control here by 24 points at the main break. We'll have a look at the player stats. Nick Dacos with 15. 3 clearances. Akers with 15 as well. Josh Dacos with 14. Cripps with 14. He's done some alright things on the inside. Cherry with 14 as well. Penneram loving his half. Jeez, he's been excellent to watch. 𝐓𝐿 with 12, having a good year. Doherty also with 12. Clearance leader, 4 for Pennery, 4 for Cripps. Intercept possession, 7 for Josh Dacos, 4 for Wiedering, 4 for Darcy Moore. He's had a solid half, I feel, Darcy Moore. He's been pretty shrewd back there. Have a look at the hit-outs. So, Cunning with 6, Pitnet with 15, Darcy Curran with 17. So, yeah, Curran probably getting the better of Pitnet overall, I'd say. Grabbing out of the ruck a few times. Few intercept marks as well, too. Well, we might as well watch a bit of the other game, but just before we do that, lads, I'm going to go take a whiz. I'll be back in a quick second, and yeah, we'll get a footy grid sorted. Have a quick look and who it is today. Where's the grid? Okay, it's a Collingwood theme one. So I'll quickly go take a whiz. But yeah, as expected, really, Collingwood just in control. Feels like, when the Blues get opportunities, they just aren't really able to find avenues to goal. And yeah, Pies defending well, and I think they're just by hand are being a bit too good here for the Pies. Too good for the Blues, I should say, sorry. But yeah, I'll be back in a second. Right, we're back, lads. Sorry, it was a bit longer. The kettle was on, so thought I'd just make myself a cup of tea. But yeah, just joined us half time, so yeah, if you're in the streams, we like to do a footy group, but also there's this game on, remember. Giants kicked the first three. And yeah, 19-0. So, yeah, good start here for the Giants as expected, really. Jeez, Callahan's been good this year. Oof, almost a O'Halloran goal in there. There's 17 seconds in. Let's play something, Adam. Bedford, almost. Oh, is it through? I thought it was touched. No, John's got another. All right, we'll do a footy grid. Yeah, I think so, Badger mate. But look, I think we'll still be a competitive Thorn and Thorn and some Thorn some good teams. Yeah, so there we go, I guess. Anyways, we'll have a look at this footy grid. So Collingwood leading goal kicker for team, Jamie Elliott, 22 under 22 selection. My check. 8%. Jamie Elliott teammate. Jack imagine. 0.3. 22 under 22 selection. Interesting. Who should we go for? I mean, I'm thinking like 𝐓𝐿𝐴, obviously Dacos. Could we go with someone like a steel side bottom, maybe? Might go him. Steel side bottom. 4%. I don't think that's too bad. I'm sorry about that. All right, 3+ prelim finals and a leading goal kicker. Leading goal kicker team, 3+ prelim finals. Go Barry Hall. 1%, I think that's pretty good. Mark hit a string up. See how Eagles looking a bit flat early on here. 3+ prelim finals and Jamie Elliott teammate. Maybe Hoskin Elliott. 4%. /22 selection. 22, maybe Dane Rampy? No, not Rampy, I don't think. Dan Hanbury. 1%. Played in the 2010s, leading goal kicker for a team. Alex Sexton. I think he was up there. Yes, 0.5. He was up there for the Suns, I remember. Played in 2010s, Jamie Elliott teammate. 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴. 0.7 and 22 under 22 selection. Played in the 2010s. Andrew Brayshaw. 2%. Yeah, not a bad grid. Would have liked a unique, but at least we didn't stuff up. That's definitely the good thing. I'll have a bit of a peek at this. It's getting a bit feisty in this Giants-Eagles game. I think Toby Grid in the corner of my eye just high-fended off Harley Reid. So free to Reid's way. Still yet to score the Eagles. Still can't believe I can't win the premiership. Oh, geez, did you, Badge? I just couldn't really see it. I had the Blues missing the 8. But look, we all have shocking predictions at the same time. Oh, what a finish. Guess who? Jamie Cripps. Oh, the Eagles finally get their first goal. All those ask is Pice don't win the Grundy. Oh, that's fair enough, mate. I guess my thoughts is I'd always like to see a different team win it. We've sort of had that happen the last few years. So, you know, could the Pies win it again? Could it be Brisbane again? The Cats? Team on the outside, maybe? I mean, could we have like an outside team? I'd consider like Fremantle, Adelaide, sort of like outside chances for a grand final. Sort of like Sydney were in 2022. Because I felt it was hard to go past Geelong in the Ds. Good finish from 𝐓𝐴𝐺𝐼𝐿. Yeah, bloody good player, 𝐓𝐴𝐺𝐼𝐿. I mean, how good was he in that? I remember that win they had over the Dogs in 2023. That win helped the Swannies make finals. He was superb. Oh, Bailey Williams out of the ruck. That was clever. All was good last week. Yeah, rising star nom last week. Some grab from Shanahan. Good last week too. His debut game. Moved pretty well. Fremantle won't even make the prelim. They'll make if they make the top four. Yeah, nah, top four is so important, eh? That's usually the ticket for these interstate teams. Fonte, that's a good spoil. And a good tackle. Couple of minutes until the second half's on for the Blues and Pies game. Green, a clearing kick. And Tom McCarthy. Very good first two games for the Eagles. Intercept mark. He seems to have a bit of an intercepting ability in him, which is good to see. Should have been marked there from Williams. Bias ball. Got a bit of a throw there from Tommy Green. Both teams got the Indigenous Guernseys on as well, I do notice. Tom Green, oh geez, that pass wasn't great. Ah, yeah, that's right. That is true. No, week is coming up. When you do forget about. Oh, Callahan. Jeez, he's been good this year, Finn Callahan. Jeez, that looked like a clear shove in the back there from 𝐓𝐵. Nothing given. Win. No, not long until the second half of the Blues and Pies. Under 2 minutes. Clearing kick from 𝐴𝐺𝐼𝐿. Last 2 minutes have been better for the Eagles. Starting to get a few repeat entries. Sandy Brock. Duggan. Geez, Cripps got up. There he is again. That man, Finn Callahan. Tom Green. Callahan again. Oh, geez, hands could have been a bit better. Leak. Back into the team. Oh, good grab for Riccardi. Right now, 46 seconds, switch over now. But yeah, as expected, Giants starting well. But yeah, back to this game. It's the Pies by 24 points. But yeah, Scotty Pendlebury, one of the best in the first half. Nick Douglas been very good too. And yeah, Zach Williams playing a bit more on ball, as we have been saying earlier. And yeah, he's done some nice things. He's been one of the sole players that have really given them a bit of energy in the middle, a bit of spark with ball in hand, a bit of run. Couple blueberries here, by the way. Well, let's see how this third quarter unfolds. Collingwood in control of the second term, getting up to 24 points underway for the third term. Darcy Cameron hits it down. Dacos can't get a clean possession. Chera holds him up well. And not a freeze. Complaining, but Chera will go back the other way. Decoding. Oh, Darcy Moore again. Sensational mark. Having a good game. Moore now takes a bounce. Oh, geez, wobbly kick. Can't quite get it to a team over the top. Picked off from Doherty. Inboard to Hollands. Out across here now to Cooper, you lord. Bit of a shallow kick, and guess who again? Quaynor or Darcy Moore. They've been intercept marking. Well, that's all they were doing in the first half, really. Quaynor under that one. So Quaynor now down the spine. Weedering the spoil off hands. Mitchell to Dacos. Lifts it over the top here to Lipinski. Now to Ned Long. Oh, he's got to watch out. Just gets a hand pass away. Sullivan. Little squirmy kick forward, Elliott. Great gather. Beautiful hands here from the Pies. Sullivan, mind check. Breaks the tackle. Snaps it home. Too good, Collingwood. They get the first and the third. About the fundamentals, as I said earlier. Hit your hand passes. Keeping your feet. Breaking your tackles. But yeah, look at that. Sport comes from Wiedering. Who's at ground level there for the Blues? Dacos positioned himself well there for the handball receive. And then, yeah, you see Acres. This is where they're great. Off the spread, the Pies. He gets sucked into the ball, leaves Sullivan on his lonesome. And they just churn their hands through. Mindcheck snaps it home. Yeah, and that was the same with O'Farrell too. Haynes wasn't able to really roll off his opponent and back him up. Wasn't able to make that tackle, Mindcheck. First goal of the Pies. Chera extracts it out. And now that man again, Zach Williams. And a lovely kick finds 𝐴𝐥𝐿 on the chest. Oh, they need this, the Blues. Well, can Tom De Koning kick this? His first. Just hasn't been in goal-kicking form. He's had a few gettable chances go straight. Minor score there. 4-7 for the Blues now. Kick now to the 50. Cameron, good mark overhead. Gives the hands now to Brayden Maynard, long down the line. Ball comes, free here to... Oh no, it's advantage. It was afraid of the Pies, and now they can quickly go again. Off the spread, 𝐓𝐿𝐴 breaks the tackle. Hands it back here to Houston. And a nice kick finds Rowan Still. And Elliott. Yeah, they're just toying, as Cal said earlier, I think in the chat, they're just toying with them. Too good on the outside, Collingwood. So Elliott can go back here. It'll be a mighty kick. Can he go here? Jamie Elliott. Ooh, not bad, but doesn't swing back enough. Another minor score of the Pies. Directly a 5-goal game. 𝐓𝐿𝐴 to bring it into play. Short stubbing bull. Oh, geez, got to be hitting those targets. Over the top, too easy. And now back the other way. Nick Dacos goes the full 360. Not preferred if you don't mind. Finds Maynard. And 𝐓𝐿𝐴. That's what he can do. 𝐓𝐿𝐴 shows age a bit and sometimes miss a tackle, not defend well, or have unforced errors like that. They just haven't been good enough with the ball in hand tonight, the Blues. First game since round 11 for Brayden Maynard. He started this game well, has really set the tone with the Pies' pressure. And can the defender kick a goal? He's kicked 4 goals straight this year. Can he make it 5? No, he can't. That's his first point. Minor score. Game now 31 points the margin. McGovern now clearing kick. Cripps did well overhead. 𝐻𝐴 absorbs the tackle, gets the hands out, stripped of it. Great pressure from the Pies. Turnover. Dacos out across here to Jack Crisp. On his left shoe, deep to the square. Good sport from Carroll. And it's a free here. To Dan McStay, looking like there was a bit of illegal holding there. Dan McStay now. Can he go here? Oh, jeez. Just sneaks it home. Pies with another. And yeah, this is now starting to get on the verge of Collingwood potentially turning this one into an ugly contest. It's 37 points now, the margin. Yeah, bit of front on there. Bit of a hold too from McGovern. Let's go on, Natasha. Welcome. Try the gravy and bacon whopper. Was my cup of tea. Oh, geez, it sounds not bad. I'm not a fan of gravy. Not really my thing. I don't mind it. I can stomach it, but it's not something I'd love. Nice sets of hands here for the Blues. How's the kick though? 𝐷𝐿𝐴. Oh, great mark. 1-on-1. Darcy Moore has had his fair share of intercepts. That's a good mark from Charlie. And he plays on now. Oh, geez. Does this have the leg? Fair effort. But probably just not the team thing, you know. Lower the eyes. Didn't even make the distance there. Minor score to the Blues. 36 points. 6-goal game. Jack Crisp now to Maynard. Kick down the line. It's not a great kick. Picked off there from Pitnet. Yeah, going good. Thanks off the go yourself, Natasha. As expected, I think now turning out to be a bit of a one-sided contest in favour of the Pies. 37-36 points the margin. Ball in. Going to be 2 boring Friday night games by looks. Yeah, I think we're all expecting this. But, you know, I wanted to get a watch-along out on the channel. Yeah, didn't do one last week because, Swannies are on Friday night. I usually like to do one of the neutral games on Thursday, Friday night, and then the Swans. Sharon now. Good extraction. Carroll. Good hands to Williams. Just couldn't get the kick away. One of Collingwood holding up defence. Queen or Hunter Sullivan. Back here now. Oh, geez. Hopefully Williams. I think he's just, bump on the knee. That hurts. He should be fine. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, geez. Not a good kick there from Wiedering. Puts Carroll onto the pump, but credit to him. He breaks the tackle. Oh, I might have dislocated his finger, Elliot. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, they're just holding it up for Williams. Go for the Swannies, Natasha, mate. Cowan's ball goes down the line. Kerner did well to bring it into the advantage of Lord. Cameron a good tackle on Fogarty, ball in. So they just need the next goal here, the Blues. Need a bit of time in forward half as well. Try and get on top. They're very good in the first quarter, getting a couple of opportunity from stoppage. Hewitt and etc. had good first quarter. So did Cripps. They've really faded out and getting enough territory. Ball in here again. I go for Melbourne Demon. Yeah, had a big win over us a few weeks ago. Geez, that was hard to stomach as a Swannies man. But yeah, both teams struggling this year. Cherry inside 50, almost marked by Fogarty. He's had a few almost marks tonight, Fogarty. Well done from Crane. A good tackle on Motlop. Williams gets a little danky kick forward. And a free there against Charlie. So, yeah, a bit of ill discipline here for the Blues, giving away far too many frees. How old am I? I'm 22, Natasha. Oh, look at that individual in the cheer squad. He's up and about. Gotta love it. More out of the 50. Big spore from Wiedering, ball in again. Chris just couldn't hit those hands. Umpire's ball. Perriman tackled from Holland's ball up. I'm the oldest, says Budgie. Yeah, you probably are, mate. The old wise man in the chat. Clearance coming from Darcy Cameron. Socked somewhat forward from Wiedering. Cooper Lord having a bit of a quiet night tonight. And instantly tackled. Umpire's ball. Like foul day night. And geez, I remember when the word fail was like such an internet popular word back in the day. Geez, this ball up's right on the edge of the boundary. Cripps gets the clearance. Not really effective though. Come back the other way to Maynard. Bit of a fumble, but recovers. Hand pass to Crisp. And oh, this one bounces over the top of a couple. Wiedering smacks it back the other way. Over the top now. McStay. Inside 50. 1-on-1. Oh, did he play for that, McGovern? No, Elliott, too good. Great mark, 1-on-1. It's always handy having a forward that can really mark well overhead. No, they are. Okay, fair enough. I'm assuming you're probably older than me, Badger. I'm not sure. Going to goal this one, Jamie Elliott. Bit of a stalemate in the scoring the last few minutes. But Collingwood, as always, they can go end to end quick. Jamie Elliott's kick. Wrong side of the post. Another minor score. Game now out to 37 points. Oh, no, of course. 𝐴's the oldest. I think he's said his age before. I'll be up there, probably in the chat. McGovern now. Bring her back into play. So, yeah, sure they swing McGovern forward. They need something error-wise. He did kick a bag against North in the loss. Given a few was in junk time, but he was one of the better players on that afternoon. And they turn over here, the Pies. 𝐴 had to do better there. Just fumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and now 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴 inside 50. That's a great kick. Beautiful kick to Jamie Elliott. Yeah, we're seeing a contrast of difference tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A side that just has assertion. Has conviction, I should say. With knowing what they're doing, hitting their targets inside 50. And Elliott snaps truly as the cameraman has a bit of a brain fade there. They didn't even show the goal, but we just assume it's a goal because Elliott starts celebrating. Elliott goals. Game's now getting ugly. 4 goals 7 to 11 goals 8. It's now turning into a one-way battle. 43 points, and here comes the Collingwood chance. They're up and about. 𝐴 with a head out. Mitchell, beautifully done at ground level. And how about that? Oh, they're just good to watch at the time. Most of the time, Collingwood with those kicks inside 50. Elliott again. 13, 32, 28. Oh, geez, we've got all different ages on the channel. That's what I like to see. A diverse range. Oh, no, is that a good thing or not? Yeah, I mean, on my dashboard, you can always see like the age demographic of people that watch your videos, but I don't really take it too legitimately because there are people that would, fake their birthdays and stuff. I think a lot of, I did that myself when I was young. I always put a fake birthday. Jamie Elliott, can he kick 4? Starting to break this game open. He sure can. He sure can. Game now to 49 points. Oh boy, this is getting ugly. They just look lost, the Blues. Not really much. They're just not on the same wavelengths when they move the ball. Just a lot of dump kicks forward, long to contests. And yeah, Collingwood have just been so much quicker and cleaner on the inside. Look at those quick hands from Mitchell, and they off the spread. Way too good for the Blues as well. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴 having a pretty decent year too. He's kicking inside 50. He's been a highlight and lovely stuff there. Like touch, I don't know. Probably, who knows? I remember crappy Carlton versus Collingwood in 2009 when Carlton kicked 4 goals, 16 behinds. Oh, jeez. Sounds like one of Sydney's games as of late. Joking. We have it pretty well off. Could be a lot worse. Moy now dabs a kick forward to Curnow. Back here to Cooper Lord. A high ball up inside 50. Can they have a flyer? McGovern has swung forward. There it is. Ball in. So, yeah. I think the absence of 𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴, they need another man down there to try and bring the ball to the ground or do something in the air. Jeez, those Blues old men wouldn't be too happy what they're seeing. 𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴 goes through it. His hands. Motlop a chance. It's a good kick. And they get their first of the third, the Blues. On the sharp, but still in the shed, coming in the YouTube chat saying you're 13. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, no, I didn't start my channel, but I was making videos when I was 13. They're actually still on the channel. You can go and see them. Yeah, I mean, you look at them and you'd cringe, but, you know, it's part of growing up. And I love making videos when I was younger. You know, I did like a lot of footy trick shots and stuff. They took time and effort. That's why they're still up there. But yeah, you watch them and you probably think, Christ, Riley, you're a bit of a weirdo when you're younger. But oh, come on. I was a young lad. Sydney win final score. Ooh, very nice, Fidge. I wouldn't mind that scoreline. 17 goals, 9. Christ. Living in La La Land, mate. 17 goals, 9. Can't kick a set shot to save our lives at the minute. But no, should be a good battle, my friend. Clearance comes Pendlebury's way. Sullivan. He's done some nice things tonight. Half forwards, it was always very important to our Collingwood setup. Ball in here, 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐶𝐞 tackled. Ball in here. Cameron hits it down. Sullivan. Nice rove. And that's just too easy. Breaking tackles like that. Just too easy. What a goal from Sullivan. But I think you got to point the fingers there a bit at a bit of defensive lapse there from the Blues. Breaking tackles. But yeah, lovely head out. Sullivan, good rove. 5 goals 3 to 1 goal 2 this quarter. It's come a bit of a bloodbath here, ladies and gentlemen. I reckon Swans win by 5. Yeah, I still feel deep down I really should be tipping Sydney. I think with my head, I think Sydney win, but with my heart, I just feel like we'll somehow piss it away again. And look, I think Freo have been playing good footy too, and they have the wood over us at the SCG. So let's see this again. Lovely hit out there from 𝐷𝐞 𝐤𝐿. Bit of a skip, a bit of a bounce. Sullivan attacks at full pace, breaks a tackle. I mean, just has to be a better tackle there from Acres. Good goal from Sullivan. $13 goals, 886, 5 goals, 737. Blues just, where's the method? Where's the plan? Williams has just been running around like a headless sugar. Look at that. Just a high kick inside 50. Not even inside 50. Good tackle there. Pines work the hands. Ned Long out across the road and still holds his width on the wing, the first gamer. And a nice kick in ball to Mitchell. He's having a good game, Tom Mitchell. Let's see his numbers. Josh Dacos. Yeah, 14 touches for Titch. Carroll, that's a good win. Hey, I'll tell you what, matey, Carroll's done some alright things. Takes the bounce now. Now, how's the kick in the black boots? Oh, you got to know he's a serious player when he's got the black boots. And is that a mark to Moyer? It is. Just paid a mark. How do you police kids there without making everyone have an online ID? Yeah, no, the internet can be pretty bit of a crazy place. Oh dear, that's about the 4th time tonight the Blues have kicked it into the man of the mark, or kicked it into a smother. And now 𝐸𝐶𝐸, too strong there against 𝐻𝐻𝐪ing. He's rarely beat one-on-one. And now, where are the numbers? 𝐸𝐶𝐸, he's going to go for goals. Does this bounce through? Oh my God, it does. Unbelievable. Dan 𝐸𝐶𝐸, what a goal. Oh boy. And that's off the back of a kick into a smother. It's just fundamentals. Fundamentals. You look at what Collingwood do, cleaner hands, great half volley pickups, and you look at Carlton kicking in the man of the mark. Theoretically, a professional footballer should never ever be kicking in the man of the mark. It just should not happen. Terrible mistake. He has his brain fades here and there, Ashton Moyer. And yeah, just end to end the slingshot footy. 𝐸𝐶𝐸 goes bang, if you don't mind. He could have given the hand snick. I would have preferred that because I got him in my Supercoach team. It would have been handy for another goal. I'm only joking. Oh dearie me, it's getting bad and worse for the Blues. Pie's too good. Side for Geelong versus Richmond. 160 points. Yeah, I don't know. I think Richmond are due for a decent hit out. Let's remember last year they actually started fairly well against the Cats, but obviously they got ran over the top. I think it'll be, definitely pushing 10 goals plus. Advantage here. It's just, again, bit of a nothing entry. Darcy Mauler over that. Swings out here to Steele. Now to Perryman. Oh, almost with the one paw, but he reels it back in somehow. Oscar Elliott. Grubber kick here to Membry. Breaks a tackle. Gives it back in board here to Oscar Elliott. Takes some metres. Goes inside 50 to the pocket. McStay couldn't take it. Almost did. 6:15 to play here. What a weapon you'd be if you're my age, says Cal. Oh, Howe subbed out. How about that? How's that for luxury? Howe subbed out halfway through, or past halfway through the third, and young Will Parker will come in. Oh, geez. I mean, there you go. Like, Acres running past that. With little or no pressure on him. Cripps, ground level over the top here to Lord. On his favoured right. Can he... It's just a poor kick. He's going down the line with 𝐴𝐸 with the back to the ball. Like, he just doesn't have he just does not have any advantage whatsoever. It's just dearie me. The Blues at the minute look just completely disjointed. Cameron down the line, a strong mark. Always handy when your tools can do that. Josh Dacos, a high ball up. Spore comes from Wiedering. Ground level, net long, a snapping shot. It's home. What a goal from the former Hawk. Oh, they can't miss at the moment, the Pies. Well, 𝐕𝐺𝐶, instead of sitting in the aisle of the coach's box, sitting on the stairs, he's actually in his coach's seat now on the phone. 7 goals, 3 in the third term. Wow. It's going to be interesting, the fallout after this game. I think this is more than just a smashing from the Pies. This is the same old again from the Blues. Their pressure's been so god-awful tonight as well, Carlton. I mean, dearie me, they just look flat. But don't take anything away from Collingwood. You could just see the contrast of difference between a well-drilled and a well-oiled machine. Moving the ball well, clean on the inside. And, geez, they're just great shots at goal too. Long into Dacos. Oh, he could really now burn the joint down with his brilliance, Dacos. Pendlebury out across here to Sullivan. There you go. Just a nice short kick, crisp. Gain some metres. He can have a shot at goal here. 5 minutes to play. Can Crisp kick this? He'd be taking the piss if he does. Oh, my God. I can't miss. I can't miss. Unbelievable kick. Hutto still on my lines. Bloody hell. Wow. This is something. If this could get to 100 points... Oh, look, I mean, it's hard to look at excuses for Carlton, but they do have a few outs, like, Silvani out. He's at times, Silvani being that player that just saves their bacon with his interceptability, and him out of the team, they just look like Wiedering's been forced to do all the work, and it's like a massive hole out of that defence with the absence of him. Sullivan, there you go, another broken tackle. Pendlebury now. That's better from McGovern. Good tackle. But I don't blame Pendlebury there. He had all the time in the world, he thought, because the Blues' pressure's been such a letdown this game. Cowan now. 3,704, ladies and gentlemen. One of the games of the round matchup-wise. Cowan down the line. Needs something there here. The Blues. 𝐼𝐴 jumps a bit too early. At the back here, maybe goal side. Now Pendlebury rows it nicely. Josh 𝐼𝐴𝐞 always clean. Takes on two tacklers. And Ned Long. Oh, there you go. Chris backing up, inboard now to Nick 𝐼𝐴𝐞. Bit of an ambitious hand pass. Good bump from Cripps. Turnover here for the Blues. Akers now to Williams. To 𝐼𝐴. A looping hand pass works for Francis Evans. Oh dear, he misses. Had all the time in the world there. Sums it up for the Blues. They're goal kicking. Josh 𝐼𝐴𝐞 now to Maynard. Maynard, short stubbing ball, finds Crisp. Ned Long on the end of this one. Yeah, good running here from Nick 𝐼𝐴𝐞. Another disposal. Clever kick in board to Membry. Now they've got another handball receiver here. Membry will go by foot instead. Lateral the ball across here to Pendlebury. And across. Thanks very much for subscribing, 𝐓𝐴𝐶 crew. Inside 50 again. The Pies. McStay overhead. Couldn't take it. Cooper Lord off hands. Nice tap there from Mott. But geez, he puts poor old Francis Evans onto the pump with that. Nice hit out there. That was from Cameron. Akers. Now out to the wing. Good running here from Doherty. They've got another man down the line. They want to go on board instead to Hollands. Good find of 𝐼𝐴𝐞. He's got Fantasia and Smiles of space here. Surely hits him up. Oh dear, does this bounce suit him? It doesn't. Oh, dearie me. I mean, that's, again, the simple things, the fundamentals. Got to be hitting those targets if you are the Blue Baggers. Just has to hit that. And yeah, there's Graham Wright. Plenty of talk on Graham Wright too. He'll come into the club. And we'll definitely assess and try and fix things up. Just a bit of a mess at the minute for the Blues. But a team that's been contending the last few years, but I'll tell you what, and there you go, another Mr. 𝐼𝐴𝐞. Yeah, it's just team shot with confidence too. You know, you're seeing 𝐼𝐴𝐞 just miss gettable shots. The last few weeks. How many goals Charlie 𝐼𝐴𝐞 got? Well, he's just kicked a point, my friend. I don't think he's kicked a goal. Yep, he had to kick a goal. He's kicked 0 goals, 3. Ball in. Sullivan now hacking around the corner, Wiedering off hands. Did well. Now to McGovern. Out wide here for Akers. 90 seconds to go. And back now here to Cowan. Not really much movement, so he will go down the line here. It's a good mark from Pitnet. So can they maybe get a late goal here, the Blues? Bit of a consolation before three-quarter time as this game's done and dusted. Dick Koning almost flew. Good spore from Moore. And that one actually sits on the top, but then trickles out. Go on, Carlton's Owen. I love the enthusiasm, mate. Still a chance, maybe. For the go well, my friend. Guess my score and tipping. I'm tipping comp with no jokes. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, Hawk. I've got to get rid of those jokes and bonus points. I think from next year, just do it. You know, None of these bonus points because people just forget to do it and stuff. Like, I think I did one early in the year. Williams, been one of their better players tonight. 45 seconds. But yeah, guess your score. Well, 120s a leader. I think you might be up there if you asking me the question. I'll go like what, 105? Yeah, no, it's currently tied in the tipping comp. 𝐓𝐿𝐴. Here's a chance. Zach Williams. I tell you what. He has had a good night. 99, okay. Yeah, geez, that's pretty strong without any jokers, because jokers give you the bonus points. Well, that individual, he's still flying the flag. Jeez, he's doing a bit of passion. Look at him go with the double-hander. Yeah, no, Williams has been really, really good. Yeah, 3 goals, midfield job. He's just like the one who just looks totally different out there to the rest. He's one that you can just see the body language and the energy on how he's attacking contest and, you know, running with ball in hand and giving them a bit of drive too. He is looking good. Credit to him. 30 seconds to go though, and it is now game over, but he's got 3. Having a good individual performance. Nick Daicos now bursts away again, another clearance and a clever kick. Well, this will just sum it up if the Pies get another goal here. Josh Daicos now, wobbly kick, doesn't really work. Doherty under this one, hands it to 𝐓𝐿𝐴. Back now here, a high ball comes from McGovern towards the wing. Anchor should hold, can't. That was a trick one to be fair. Houston now mops it up. Back here to Crisp. Daicos, oh, that could be high. Yep, got the nasty one there from Wiedering's knee, and he could kick a goal here after the siren. Well, can they get another goal here? Nick Daicos, can he get on the score sheet? This would be something. To get his 2nd of the game. Well, right behind this one, the low camera angle. This will be their 11th goal from a set shot. Hasn't got it. Across the face. But yeah, Pies went bang that quarter. So margin is 60 points at 3/4 time. In the end, that third term, all the Pies. 2 goals, 4 for the Blues. Meanwhile, for the Pies, it was 8 goals, 4. Yeah, they just went bang. As we said, off the spread, they've been far too good tonight. And yeah, no, their ball movement's been a lot better than Collingwood. A lot better than Carlton. Contrast of difference, really. Yeah, and just how they can rebound off the intercept from the back half and get it and go. Meanwhile, for the Blues, there's just not really much planned back the other way. A lot of just poor kicks down the line. The pressure's been really off. Pies have been able to waltz through would-be tacklers. And their kicking inside 50 has just been magnificent as well. Collingwood, Elliott had a big quarter. So, all in control. Let's have a look at the team stats. It's been pretty one-sided affair. Plus 14 inside 50s. They've been pretty good. Decent defensively, I'd say, Carlton. But the absence of Silvani's really showing. Carlton actually winning the clearances, plus 8 their way. But yeah, a lot of dirty ball going inside their forward 50. Yeah, I mean, again, Collingwood's turnover game, very, very good. And 19-5 contested marks. They've been getting killed in the air tonight, Carlton. And 45-36 tackles too. Collingwood's way. Disposal leader, Nick Daicos, of course, 27 touches, having a great game. Josh with 21. Adam Cherrell also with 21. Williams with 19, but yeah, he's been the shining light for this Carlton side. Cripps with 19, had a good start, but has really faded out. But he has actually got 8 clearances, to be fair, so he's doing some good things on the inside, but overall, I think just the Blues midfield as a whole have felt fairly non-existent with their lack of pressure, especially. 6 clearances for Pendlebury. He's having a great game. Chara also with 6. Mitchell's been fairly good with 16 and 4. Has been doing some nice things on the inside. Yeah, 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴 has been running all night long and giving them plenty of use inside 50. And yeah, just a lot of handball receives. He's looking good out there. Intercept possessions. 9 for Darcy Moore, having a superb night. Alongside 𝐓𝐿𝐴 and Maynard's been great on return. Wiedering with 7. Pitnow with 4. Do they continue this tandem ruck? Like, 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴's really fell out of this game after a good start. Yeah, I mean, you'd say arguably 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴's best position is sort of like that ruck forward, though, because he's great overhead. But, yeah, I mean, I think another player low on confidence. His accumulation's really dropped off, and so has his goal kicking. Anyway, 3/4 time. Sorry about that. I forgot to change it to the 3/4 time. I'm going to take a quick quiz, lads. But yeah, 60 points. Collingwood have just been all over them. Right, from pretty much, you could tell this was always going to be fairly one-sided. Carlton, while they brought the energy early on, they brought a bit of scoring progress from the inside. But as this game's faded on, you can just see the contrast of difference of either team with how they use the ball. They've been too good, the Pies, and yeah, this could be a bloodbath the final quarter. The Blues bring it back in junk time, who knows? But I'll be back in a sec. Gonna take a quick quiz. Right, I'm back, gents. So, one-sided, pretty much this whole game's been. I mean, the Blues came to play early on, but yeah, no, they've been pretty stinking tonight. But yeah, how good have the Pies been, eh? Like, look at these kicks. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴, he's been really good tonight. Some of these kicks inside 50 has been fairly good. Yeah, I mean, Collingwood is always off the turnover. Such a good team. Yeah, beautiful kick. That was, again. Do we expect this? Surely a bit of a response from the Blues, but yeah, wow, this is quite a bit of a margin. Have a look at this. Voss chatting to Cripps, Curnow and Wiedering. Looking like a bit of an honest chat with some of their star players. Anyway, let's get into this final quarter, as it's clearly game over, but no, it's got to be back on the streams. I say back on the streams, we were streaming last week, but, a neutral game at least. Back on order for the fourth term. Along with a little soccer out and what's going on here. Free here to the Blues. So Cripps will get another clearance. Inside 50. Yeah, I think 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴 gave away a free there. And so the other way. Darcy Moore now out across to Maynard. Fair mark there from Harry O'Farrell. And a turnover there, the Perryman. Stingy front up footy, says Jay, absolute trash games. Yeah, no, it has been, mate. But I tell you what, next week's looking really good. There are some like genuine top 8 matches all game long. We'll actually have a quick look. I had a look at this and I'm like, geez, this looks like a great round. It'll be tough for tipping. So, Gold Coast versus Collingwood. Like, you'd think Collingwood win, but, you know, top 8 clash. Then the Dogs versus the Crows. The Giants versus the Cats. Freo versus Hawthorn. Some pretty decent matchups there. Those will be huge for the top 8. Anyway, Leonard Hack 40 from Hewitt. 𝐓𝐿 brings it to ground. Chera. 𝐬𝐿𝐴𝐶𝐞 forward. Bouncing ball. 𝐸𝐵 will get there. Jeez, he flew for that one. Gets the hands out to Cripps. Under the pump. Does well to break a tackle. Goes back here to 𝐓𝐿. Now here to 𝐸𝐵 on his left shoe. Top of the square. And a good tackle from 𝐸𝐿. Rushes it through. Not a score. Has Williams been subbed off? Jeez, well, they know, yeah. How about that? They do a tactical sub to rest a player, precautionary, but they're losing big instead of winning big. Christ, he's been one of the shining lights tonight. So Flynn Young's on the mid-season, and there he is. Wobbly kick inside 50. Now Maynard. The Perryman. Nice kick from Perryman to Mitchell on the wing. Yeah, no, definitely will be, Cal. Markov provides the run. And now to Oscar Elliott. High ball up inside 50. Membry almost off hands. Good roving 𝐼𝐵. Deserves a goal. Misses. Across the face there. See, obviously precautionary with Williams going out. He was one of the shining lights tonight. Umpire's ball. Doherty extracts it out. Chera now the line. 𝐓𝐿 couldn't take that one. And Motlop. Yeah, Motlop's had a dirty old night, but, you know, at times, to be fair to Motlop's credit, he's been able to crash in and provide a bit of pressure on what's been a pretty limited pressure night for Carlton. Pitnet, only as far as crisp. Nice little pick off there. Mitchell out here to steal. That's a nice kick. Inboard here to 𝐼𝐵. In a good spot here, 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐶𝐞. Good mark. Yeah, Harry O'Farrell's getting beaten a bit too easily tonight. Still a young player. Second game, I think it is. Another beautiful kick from 𝐼𝐵. He's having a great night. Can he go here, 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐶𝐞? No, he can't. Across the face. Doherty bring him back into play. Long down the other side of the ground. Ball goes in. Ball in, sorry, centre wing. Mitchell dishes out the hands. Ned Long. Hand pass inboard. Fogarty arrives. Hollands does well to evade 2 tacklers. Now Doherty runs. Dishes out the hands wide. Cooper Lord. It's a good kick to 𝐼𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝. Can't take the mark. Motlop some nice roving. Probably a bit too much though. Just got the hands out though to 𝐼𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝. Centering ball here. And no good. Picked off from Parker. Yeah, should be a good game. Port, yeah, like what will Port dish up? Will they make it a game? Lines have been gettable though. Picked off there from Cowan. No good again. The kick. And Parker hits another intercept mark. How about that? Down the spine. Wiedering with a big spoil. Haynes will just absorb the tackle. Hits it down Pitnet. Oh, it's going to be on the ball. Advantage now. Nick Dacos. It's a good kick for Membry. They'll be at the back here. Wiedering. Under the pump. As well to hold it in. Oh, buzzball. I go for the Swanee zone. Cooper Lord. Pitnet clearing kick. Darcy Moore now. Kick smothered. And then they can go off the spread. The Blues. Fogarty. Takes a bounce. Good kick. Fantasia. Can they go end to end here? Carlton. Francis Evans. They've got some runners on the outside. Chips the ball over the top to Hollands. He has a bit of time. But he will go back. As the Seagulls are now flocking the MCG. So Ollie Hollands. 18th disposal coming up. Can he gull here? Won't swing back. That's going to be marked from Darcy Cameron. You can check on the AFL website of the AFL app, mate. He's on 0 now. He's been in some poor goal kicking form. I certainly wouldn't have backed him for a bet. He's kicked 0 goals and 3 behind, so no good. But yeah, definitely good enough to nab a goal here or there. But yeah, he's just been horrifically out of form. Josh Dacos now. Blues now probably having the better quarter. And yeah, it's game over really. Carroll, that's a good kick and a good mark from Moy. Jeez, that's a bit of a landing. Yeah, no, he's done a little bit of good about Ashton Moyer. Does he get a game next week? That's the question. So can Moyer goal here? Kick's on its way. It's a good kick. It deserves a go. Blues get their 7th. So margin's been trimmed down a little bit. Still quite a bit of a margin by 55 points. You going to watch Chelsea versus Palmeiras tomorrow? Just starts for midday, about 11. Yeah, no, it's on KO, which is handy. I might as well, eh? Yeah, tomorrow at 11. Quarterfinal. I'll tell you what, those South American teams are passionate. So there we go. No, Man City got knocked out by one of those Saudi teams. 𝐼𝐻𝐿, I think it was. But, yeah, no, I'll tell you what, it's been a sharp game to watch. But at the same time, like, oh, geez, Collingwood are just a bloody good team to watch with how they move the ball. Such a well-oiled, well-drilled team. I think it's going to be hard to beat them for the premiership this season. Young wins that one well. Couldn't quite keep it in his mitts, though, as they cough it up here. The Blues, Josh to Nick Dacos on his left boot. Haynes couldn't quite take it, but he's able to still get intercept possession. Back here to Young. Oh, just couldn't quite hit that target of 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐿. To Markov to Long now. Takes on a few. Back to Markov. And a lovely kick finds Pendlebury. Yeah, 4-3. How about that? Can he goal here? Scotty Pendlebury. Just going to jab it up. And a good spoil from Hollands. Ball in. So ball in here. Pitnet slaps it down. Clearing kick. Darcy Moore can't quite keep that in play. Ball in. Just don't expect to see anyone lose by 100 except Sydney. West Coast OU on for the 170. Yeah, geez. What a crazy game that was. Yeah, fun game to live stream. Hayden McLean kicking the goal that made it score 200 points. I mean, it's just unbelievable when you really think about that. 200 points. Absolute bloodbath. Jesus Christ. Isaac Haney had 5 good in that 3. Ball trickle out here. Cowan. Quick hands from Chero. Couldn't quite get to an opponent. Clever tap from Long. And now Pendlebury to Tom Mitchell. Can he get a goal? You can't quite. Across the face. Curnow flies. Can't quite take it. Dishes it back now here to Young. Corridor kick. It's a nice one. We'll work here to Haynes. And now Chera. We'll go out wide here to Acres. To Koning. Short kick. Just, no, it's a shy kick to be honest. Just not into his advantage. Picked off here for Crisp. Goes back the other way. Strong mark from Membry. Jeez, he's been a great pickup. Now to Parker, the youngster. Kick, not really too great, but it creates a bit of havoc here for the Blues. Cowan crushing through the big man. That's a nice effort. And now they go through the middle of the ground. They found some space. Players running goal side here. Evans to Motlop to McGovern to goal. Another one for the Blues in junk time. Trying to save the percentage here, the Blues, because it actually still was a few weeks ago in a fairly competitive spot. Voss has to go tonight, says Craig. Yeah, it's a strange one because you look at, he's probably been one of the best coaches the Blues have had success-wise, but there's just been so much good and so much bad with him at the helm. There's been games where he's been out of his depth. But they're just a team that's absolutely shot on confidence, and they just look lost watching them play. Like, where's the plan? Where's the method? They've been a worrying side, and look, they're winning the quarter. I think it doesn't really matter. Game is over. This one will be bounced again. Blues problems are not with Voss. It's much deeper West Coast trades. Yeah, that's true. To be fair, Cal, I don't think it's all on Voss. Like it's a side that probably, yeah, as you say, there is maybe a deeper root to the cause of the problem. Penalty, how about that? Just spins out of the tackle. But it's also that buy-in factor too. Like, their pressure tonight, the Blues, just hasn't been good enough. They lost to Richmond, for Christ's sake, back on round one. That just goes to show a young team, not as talented, they go on to beat them. So, I wonder what Pommy and Terry will be saying in their videos. They're always interesting lads to listen to. But I think the problems are deeper with the Voss. It is interesting though. The Swans did lose one of their trainers, Rod McInnes. He actually did go to the Blues. And look, as soon as he came in, 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝 did his ACL, so that sucked. I guess that's not entirely his fault. But yeah, you got to remember, there is 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝 to come in. Like, I know he's yet to play a game, but man, very exciting player. So I wonder how he's going. Petrarca and Ashcroft, they've done their ACLs before, and look how they've went. No talent, says Craig. Yeah, I mean, past the gun plays for the Blues, it's just their depth's always been an issue. 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝's been off kilter this year. 𝐷eConing's really slowed down, I think, this season. He had a good start to the year. Mackay injured. 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐿, I mean, 0 goals, 3 missing goals. He'd be slotting if he was back in his All-Australian form. 𝐷eConing's kick down the line, not really too great. Umpire's ball. How long to go in this second half of the other game? Not long until the second half starts. The Giants leading by 35. Beautiful hands. How about that? Jeez, they go to the inside too, Collingwood. The complete team, really. So Jamie Elliott, can he goal here? Ooh, just hits the post. Minor score. 𝐵𝐹 points the margin. Cowan. To Doherty. Back now to Cowan. Just works here to Evans. Corridor kick. It's on for 𝐻ERA. Now wide here for Haynes. It's a good kick. Should find a 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐿. Takes a sliding mark. Motlop, almost. Cameron. To 𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 kick. 6 minutes to go, by the way. Was out in the full? Yeah, in the full. There's a bit of scrap on the halftime siren of the GWS. Yeah, rightio. There you go. It's all happening over in the West. Just an awful kick again. Inside 50 from the Blues. Cameron picks it off. Josh Daicos now corridor. On here for 𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. Josh Daicos. And across to McStay. Almost mind check. Pitnet. Ball spills out of his favour. Daicos gives the hands. Crisp. Look at this. Three around one. Toying with him here, the Pies. Elliott now. Centering kick. Doherty. That's a good mark. Hollands now. Up in 2 minds. Just gives the hands to the youngster of Young. Moy did well to bring it to ground, but it'll come back. Mitchell. Cross now to Perryman. O'Farrell can fly. Gets the spoil. Hewitt slaps it. Wiedering has a bit of time to reassess and goes out wide here to Acres. Not really much to go to. Francis Evans to Chera. It's a good kick. We'll find Evans. Oh, nice little fake. There we go. No, well done, Darcy Moore. That's sensational. Big win. Recruitment trade strategies, big one. Northern States have been no man's land. Yeah, exactly right, Cow. That will be deliberate. 3:55 to play. Oh dear, kick smothered. Hollands back now to O'Farrell. Spall comes, tap from Crisp, clever Mitchell, having a very productive night, I feel, on his return. High ball. Almost marked. Carroll. Oh, geez, crunching tackle. Quick hands now from the Blues. Hollands out across. Motlop, chance to get another. And across the face that goes. Yeah, 3:22 left to go in this game. Geez, it's been an ordinary night of football, I think we can all safely say. 3:20 to play. But always appreciate your company, lads. Always enjoy the streams, no matter if it's a big win or a small win or a whatever. Plenty of fallout, though. The game's now 50 points, as it was 60. 3/4 time. Colin Goalless, yeah, I know. I think we might do a deep dive on the Pies. Are they the real deal? Goalless quarter and junk time is unacceptable. Players with their rotations. Ball in. And on the ball, Cripper's way. Cripps now inside 50. Oh, geez, McGovern flew there. And now Maynard across the 1-2 with 𝐓𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐼𝐻. Back now to 𝐶𝐞. Nice intercept from Doherty. And can DeConing fly? He can't. It's a good kick to him, just couldn't hold on. Well defended. Moore's had a super night. To Long. And across now to 𝐓𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐼𝐻. To Membry. Nick Dacos now. Nick Dacos back across. 𝐓𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐼𝐻 kick out in the full. Carroll now to Wiedering. And O'Farrell. Holly been taken out off the ball. Who do you think the club is? Yeah, I did see that last week. Bloody hell. Graffiti with the sack the board, sack Voss. Christ almighty. I think Moy will stay on the team. He's done some okay things. Oh, Nick, what a fly. Almost Membry. And it will be a free here too. Mind check. 30 seconds to go. But yeah, Pie's just too good tonight. It's been a dominant win pretty much from the get-go. Like, yeah, Carlton came to play early on, but you just always knew the Pies had the firepower and the ability to really get this game out of the Blues' favour. Ball movement's been beautiful tonight. They've been cleaner and tougher on the inside, and just some of those deliveries inside 50 have been a joy to watch. And 𝐼𝐿𝐴, I mean, their goal kicking's been great too. 𝐼𝐿𝐴 with another on basically the siren. Well, you'd be up and about if you're a Pie supporter, beating your foes by quite a bit of a margin in the end. 56 points it is. Geez, Nick Daicos has had a night out. 36 and a goal. Siren's about to sound. The Pies too good. They have shown in the Blues why they are the premiership contenders, looking like the most just utterly complete team in the competition. They have taken the Blues, the struggling Blues, to the cleaners tonight. It is the Pies. A big margin against their foes by 56 points. And cue the fallout again for this Carlton football team. But plenty to like about Collingwood tonight. Just far too good. Maynard return was good. Mitchell did some nice things as well. A complete team performance and always star headlined with a fantastic Nick Daicos performance. 36 touches. What an evening he had. But yeah, just contrast of difference tonight with both teams on how they moved at this system. And yeah, geez, the Blues look a mess. A hot mess. Carlton is 11th and City on 10th. Yeah, geez, did we actually go up the... No, I don't think we did. Wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, no, we're still below. But yeah, geez, the Blues have lost about over 10% in the space of a few weeks. But a chance for the Swans, if they win against Freo, to get up into 10th. And yeah, I wonder how Port go against Brisbane. But there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Collingwood in the box seat for the flag. I know some Pie supporters will want to be pretty reserved, but it's looking pretty one-sided. I mean, I think it's a lot different to Sydney. Sydney relied so much on their attack and, their stars to play brilliant, but, they're just humming, Collingwood. They're not playing absolutely brilliant. They're just a simply good team to watch, well-oiled machine. And, some of those kicks inside 50 were superb tonight. Again, just too good off the turnover. The Blues flustered. Pies pressure too good again. Have a look at the team stats before I end things up. Blues did win the clearances, but the Pies won the contested footy. So just around the ground, contest to contest. Far too good off the spread. Worked harder than the Blues all night long. And the big stat here I want to look at. 22-7 contested marks. That's why Collingwood are also so good. Just able to take those, they're a very direct boundary using side. And when that happens, you need the marks down the line. And, 22-7 in the air. I think the loss to 𝐼𝐿𝐴 really showed tonight. Young O'Farrell got exposed a few times. 60-49 inside 50s for the Pies. We'll give my 3-2-1 votes. I'll go easily 3 for Nick Daicos. Yeah, Mitchell ended on 26. Had a really good game himself. I'll give Elliott 2 votes, 4 goals, excellent night. I'll give 1 vote. Thought Cameron paddled really well. 8 marks as well for the ruckman. Chris, very good. Maynard, I thought was quality too. Ronan Steele and W did some nice things. 19 touches for him. But yeah, just a quality team performance from the Pies tonight. They get it done by 56 points. They are absolutely humming. That's it from me, lads. Obviously not the greatest night in terms of a neutral spectacle as we would have hoped, but it's always fun to stream and just enjoy the footy for the most part. But yeah, Blues is going to be another fallout for them tonight. Yeah, just low on confidence, and the Stars not playing well, so when that happens, they just look a bit lost. Not really much method, not really much plan, but they're playing a lot of just lollipop kicks, not really into teammates' advantage. Plays fumbling, and yeah, I mean, they did have a few outs, to be fair. But yeah, just too many times lost at sea. That's it from me, lads. Take care. Swannies on Sunday, so of course we'll stream that. 14 points ahead the Pies are too. How about that? But obviously the Cats to play. You'd think they would well and boost their percentage. But no, thanks for tuning in, lads. Collingwood too good in the end. Have a good rest of the evening. And yeah, stay tuned on the channel for the rest of the weekend. We'll obviously stream the Swannies come Sunday. But yeah, the Pies, I think, in the box seat for the Premiership. See how they go for the rest of the year. Thanks for tuning in, lads. Take care.